Hello, our dear listeners. Welcome to Afia Health and Lifestyle Interview Series. It is another episode of Debunking the Rumor segment. And you've been following us closely, you've been watching our show, seeing our interviews, and I'm sure you're constantly learning one or two things that you can tell your neighbor, tell your children, change your own orientation, about some myth that you think or you used to believe, but now you know is wrong. And that is why we are here again today to debunk another rumor. And the guest I'm having on the show today is somebody you know already because I've had him on this show a couple of times. The current president of Association of Medical Students, University of Lagos AMSU, in person of Mr. Bola Owate. Now, what is he going to be talking to us about? Simple: sex and menstrual pain. Sex and menstrual pain. It is no news. We've heard it a couple of times that, when you have more sex, it reduces the sexual pain. Sorry, it reduces the menstrual pain when you get to see your period and all of that. And that is what Bola Awate wants to talk to us today about. And I'll be bringing him up now. Good afternoon, Mr. Bola Awate. How are you
Good
today?
afternoon, Remy. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me again. And how's everyone doing at home? To be here again.
Oh, we're fine. So, thank you for joining us. You're welcome. Uh, of course, so that we don't waste time, we want to go straight to it. Yes, sex and menstrual pain. Like, the first question I would like to ask, of course, is to ask if you've heard about it before. And if you
Yeah.
have, what exactly were your thoughts when you first heard about it?
Okay. The first time I heard about it was when I was in secondary school. I think between the age of 12 and I think 17 then. Sorry, 12 and 15, thereabouts. And I wasn't sure what to think, frankly, at that time, because really I had no access to information. It was like when my female classmates were having menstrual pain. At that time, we didn't exactly know what was going on with them. And when we try to ask, that's when you start hearing stuff like, not right now, or she doesn't want to see any guy, or don't come here, don't come here. So that time it was a very, like, that phase was a really embarrassing phase for most young girls because in the early phase, you really don't know how to deal with it. And then any information you get, you don't know whether it is true or not. You just take it. And a lot of the time, you start to hear, oh, okay, I hear from somewhere that if you have sex, it could improve the menstrual pain. And there's a couple of young girls then and even now um, still think it is true. Yeah, so that's I was then I didn't know what to think.
All right.
Um, I was clueless, frankly. I just believed it.
Mm, I
Yeah.
understand that. I understand that. Now, I remember when we were even talking off air, you said something about your project and all of that, and how it surrounds that. And so, with all the research you've done and all the knowledge you've acquired, now, at least in the process of becoming a doctor, do you think there is any link between frequent sex or sex at all and uh, the intensity of menstrual pain?
No, there hasn't been link any significant link found between sex, like having sex, and reduction in the intensity of menstrual pain. Some of the perceptions that go around is that when you get okay, yeah, so obviously the only time sex can have anything to do with reducing menstrual pain or menstrual symptoms as a whole is when a woman gets pregnant, obviously, because menstruation stops um, with the onset of pregnancy. But you would agree with me, and I think I'm speaking for a large number of people when I say no one would want to be solving menstrual pain with pregnancy. I don't think that's good good advice anyway, really. Yeah, so yeah, that is not the
Exchanging
solution.
like a couple of days for 9 months.
Yeah, you understand, and that comes with its own, myriad of issues. So that may be even worse than menstrual pain. I'm not discouraging pregnancy. Pregnancy is good. Having children is good. Yeah. So if that's what you want to do, you should. Yeah. So
All right, thank you very much. So you're basically telling us that this statement that sex reduces menstrual pain is false. It is a lie and it is a rumor and a myth that needs to be nipped in the bud. Is that
yeah,
what you are telling us, basically?
yes, that
All
is.
right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bola Awate. Okay, so we have still not solved the problem. The problem is
Okay.
menstrual pain. I mean, it's the pain that led into, oh, okay, how can we solve it? That probably brought up discussions like this. So, are there things that are medically proven to help reduce menstrual pain?
So it's different from girl to girl, from woman to woman. Some people react well to painkillers. Your regular paracetamol, some people react to it. Some people respond to it rather. Let me use the word react. Some people respond to it. Some people respond to diclofenac. Some people painkillers don't work for them at all, so they may need to um, go a step higher in dealing with menstrual pain and menstrual comfort in like as a whole, menstrual discomfort as a whole. So there are some drugs that may be stronger than the popular painkillers that we know. I wouldn't want to start mentioning some of their names because they're pretty complicated. But of course, some of us have heard things like mefenamic acid, tranexamic acid, that they usually prescribe for heavy menstrual bleeding and menstrual pain. And those ones may be more for a person that that NSAID like diclofenac or paracetamol. That paracetamol is not an NSAID, like just paracetamol or NSAID. For a person that those drugs don't work for, those ones might work. So the important thing is you should have a doctor or someone that you are a doctor or a healthcare worker that you are like in contact with that can help you determine what is the best remedy for you. For some people, these remedies don't work. These drugs may not work, and sometimes they may need to either try a different regimen or go higher. For some people, they've tried drugs and drugs simply don't work, but natural remedies work for them. And the interesting thing is that natural remedies have actually been shown to like cause some relief from menstrual symptoms or menstrual pain. So some example of natural remedies include using warm compress on the abdomen. So just have like a bottle with warm water inside and you rub it on the abdomen. That helps in some settings or among some females. Taking tea, certain kinds of tea, also helps with the menstrual pain. And there are so many other kinds of remedies. In some settings, they use traditional remedies like, so there's the example of the Eastern therapies like acupuncture and therapies that are tended towards reducing pain. For some people, those also work. So you have a lot of options out there that people have explored and found to actually be okay with. For some people, simply resting is it does it for them. While for some people, taking showers works out for them. Funny enough, for some people, exercise helps. While for some people, exercise worsens the situation. So
All right.
it's
All right.
more like a sometimes you just have it's more like a personalized treatment, more or less. You just need to know yourself,
All
and yeah, there are a lot of options, and sex is not one of them.
all
Pregnancy
right. Thank
is
you very
not
much.
one of them. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bolawate. Dear viewers, you can hear straight from him. And if there's one thing to take home, and that is sex is not the solution, and it is not in any way linked to helping to reduce menstrual pain. Um, it is not a solution, but at the same time, there are a lot and lots of options and things to do. Work closely with your doctor or health practitioner that you're in contact with to help determine what is best for you. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Bolawati.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been fun.
So, our dear viewers, we have now come to the end of today's episode of Afia Health and Lifestyle Interview Series, Debunking the Rumors segment. Thank you for joining us. As usual, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification so that for every time we post a new video, you get a notification informing you of that. Share with your friends and please educate people around you. This myth and these rumors need to be debunked so that people can take care of themselves better. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.